Welcome back, everyone. We are jumping into another match from DLC Hong Kong from last weekend. We're actually going to jump back into round two. I want to jump back into some of the Swiss rounds here because the Swiss rounds were best of one, which I think is really interesting. So we're diving into round two here. If you want to see more videos as we go into Winter Spell, just following competitive Lorcana, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video. Let me know what you're most excited for in the next set. Let's dive into this game. And so we can see in this matchup, we have a Blurple player on the right side of your screen versus an Amber Still aggro player on the left side of your screen. And again, this being best of one makes things very interesting. And of course, like they're also tracking lore on their phone, which I think is really awesome, which is a real change that happened when this new set came out, or whenever this last set came out, that allowed you to do that at a DLC. So but yeah, anyways, this game is kind of off and running already. We got Royal Guard into a Tipo for the Blurple player, excuse me, and then we have the Mulan down for the Amber Still player. Let's see how he follows this up. And yeah, just like the phone tracking lore is like something that a lot of us just do in games that we're not. It's a casual game, like just playing with friends, like maybe just playing at locals. We'll get the phone out because we don't want to like take the notes. So yeah, seeing that at a DLC I think is really fun. And he plays down the Mowgli, and the Blurple player just has the Madam Elephant, Rafiki, and Bell in hand. So no value being generated by Mowgli. And we see the pass back over here. And the quest by Mulan, which is interesting, obviously getting that one, but Mulan's going to be able to trade it out with either the Royal Guard or Tipo, excuse me. So yeah, based on what was in her hands, okay, so she drew into a sail, which is tough because Mowgli missed. We'll see the Tipo quest into a Madam Mim Elephant to bounce that Tipo back. And Royal Guard probably clean up the Mulan. I think I would have preferred to have seen the Royal Guard come back to the hands after a quest compared to the Tipo. This matchup, you're not really trying to hyper ramp. So the Royal Guard coming back down is a better card to fight board state for the Amber Still player versus the Tipo coming back down, and obviously cheaper. So I think that's probably a non-efficient play there. But not game breaking by any stretch of imagination. That elephant coming down is really good against the aggro player. We're gonna see a lady come down here with the happy bodyguard. So that's gonna be a really great play there for our Amber Still player because the Madam Elephant can't get past that. But more importantly, he knows that she has a bell in hand, and that 0 damage just like won't be able to allow any damage to get bounced off of that either. So really good like wall. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not happy. It's sleepy. Excuse me. Right, wrong dwarf. It happens. So we see an Elsa come down, and now we will be able to clear off that happy or the sleepy. Excuse me. And so bodyguard did its job, obviously, to like stop that from hitting into the lady there. But yeah, definitely well-timed Elsas. It feels like Blurple always has Elsa on 5, right? All right, let's see how Amber Still player plays here. So, I mean, obviously Blurple, by just by nature, generally is not doing great against aggro. But I feel like in the last couple sets, the Blurple players have played a lot less greedy with their builds and have played 6 to 8 1-drops, which like really helps them play in these matchups. Obviously hurts them a bit in the control matchups. So like the blue-green Renaissance last set, I think is why blue-green was able to play so well in a Blurple, where it's just like, yeah, if you play your Royal Guards and Rafikis and Basils and things like that, like we really don't care. Like it's fine. Like you can play those things. But against these aggro matchups, it gives Blurple a lot more legs. And of course, like Blurple still has legs in the control matchups too. It's not like it's just conceding with those decisions. But definitely the builds have leaned more into fighting against aggro because they've just had to. So we see the Tiana come down, which obviously Tiana is one of those tools that's really hard for Blurple to get around unless they have hard removal like Into the Unknown or the Hades. So obviously our Blurple player is not at enough ink to play a Hades yet, sitting on I think 5 ink. before inking this turn. We'll see 2 quests from Elsa and Madame M Elephant to go up to 3. Then we'll pass. I might have missed the ink. She's keeping her ink kind of off camera below, which I'm surprised the coverage team hasn't got her to switch that up. But all right, so we got that's really good. That's a really good bodyguard play there. And so now we're gonna sing strength on a genie. Okay, this is going really well for Amber Still player here. We see now he's able to quest out and get up to 5, I believe is what his phone says there. And pass it back over. So that Tiana with the bodyguard combo is very, very strong. Especially if there's no hard removal here for the Blurple player, which she hasn't had any yet. So like barring a Hades or Into the Unknown coming down here, she's starting to get into a pretty rough spot. I mean, obviously she can still hit that Madman the Elephant into that Raja and like bounce the damage off with Bell into that lady to stop some lore pressure. But then no damage is going to go on Raja unless she pays for it. Okay. As I said last round, the production team and judges are like, hey, it'd be great if we could see your ink, please. So asked her to shift that over, which, I mean, like what she was doing, I think technically is legal by rule, but just a bit annoying. All right, so we're going to see an ink. And she's going to go ahead and pay 3 to get, for the Tiana tax there. And she might pay 3 again. Which is really interesting. She is going to pay the 3 extra to just go ahead and take out Raja with the Elsa. So she double pays the Tiana tax there to be able to take out the Raja. And, of course, next turn that Madame Elephant's going to be able to bounce 2 of the damage off at the beginning of the turn unless our Amber Still player takes it out. And then I think she's still holding on the Bell to be able to take out the Tiana. So this is definitely a way to get past, which unless he has like strength again, that Madame Elephant is not going to go down, which he does not unless he draws it here. It looks like he has a Dock in hands. He does have Dock in hand, so Dock will come down. Get to draw 2 cards since he didn't have any cards left. We see a Mowgli and a Daisy Duck. So Mowgli's going to come down, and Bell Genie. So that's 2 misses there, and then we see Daisy Duck come down, and then I imagine we're going to see a quest out here for 2, 4, 5 to get up to 10. Because he knows what's coming, right? Like he knows that the Bell is going to be able to take out the Tiana next turn with the Bell shifts, right? So he knows that's going to happen. So it's like, do you sit back and just let it, like, I feel like you got to question a value out of your cards here, right? Like you can't just sit back. And he does quest out to go to 10 there. And I mean, your job as an Amber Still player is you have to put Blurple players. You have to put the pressure on the Blurple players. Ooh, and she just drew into a Hades. That's tough. And the Hades doesn't really even need it at this point. She could go ahead and, I mean, I just don't see any other play other than Bell. Yeah, Bell's going to shift the 3 damage off of that onto the Tiana and take it out. And now she's going to be able to start doing some major cleanup here. So Elsa into Lady, Elephant into Mowgli, or whatever version she wants to do there. So she's gonna take out, take that out with the Rafiki, and then Elsa into the Lady there. And I think that's fine. I think I would have liked to have seen Elephant hit into. Would like to see an Elephant hit into that to have 2 damage so that it could bounce off on the Mowgli next turn at the beginning of the turn. But nothing. She's in such a good spot in this game that it doesn't really matter what she does at this point. I mean, unless she does something like catastrophically wrong. All right, so she passes back over to our Amber Still player, who is obviously top decking. So let's see what he top decked here. And obviously he can quest out to get to 14. I think that was a Pete. It was a Pete. But unfortunately, Pete, like, there's just no actions that are really going to matter for our Blurple player. So Pete does come down, stop actions next turn. I mean, you got to play it, right? Like, you can't just hold on to the Pete in your hand and wait. So Pete does come down. And then the question now is, do you quest or do you take out stuff? So Mowgli is going to hit the Rafiki, take it out. And we're going to see a Doc quest and a Daisy quest to go to 13. And then the Daisy trigger hits a sail, so that's a good hit for Amber Still player. And we'll see a pass back over, and the Madam Elephant can move a damage over if she wants. I think move it over to... Interesting. Move it over to Doc. So that works there. So now the board can very easily be cleared by her with Belle into Daisy. Excuse me. Belle into Daisy, Elsa into either Mowgli or Doc, and then Elephant into whichever other one. And she's going to give hypnotic strength. Oh, she can't do that because of Pete. That's right. So she was going to give hypnotic strength into Elsa for, I mean, I guess she could hit it into the Daisy Duck if she wanted to. But yeah, I mean, you do have to still respect the fact that our Amber Still player is at 13. So Belle go into Daisy Duck, and so we're going to do the cleanup that I mentioned before the turn start here. So we'll see Elsa into Doc, and of course Elephant into Mowgli there. So good board clear there from our Blurple player. She still has 2 ink to use if she wants to, or if she has anything. The only thing she could probably play is the Hypnotic Strength, which she can't because of Pete. So then she just kind of passes that back over to our Amber Still player. And of course, he is just like hoping he draws into something with card draw, right? Like draws into a Doc, which is kind of his only chance really in this game is to get a Doc and just like chain that out. Looks like he drew into that. I think it's Sleepy that has Bodyguard. I keep getting them mixed up, the dwarfs. But it looked like he was about to play down a Bodyguard card. Yeah, that is what he drew into. He's not activating Bodyguard, which makes sense. And then he's trying to decide whether he wants to quest. He could take out Belle if he wanted to here with the Pete. That's what he's going to do is go ahead and trade that out. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, this is where these aggro decks become harder to pilot, is like trying to decide if I just continue to try to quest and continue to try to win this game that way, or if I start doing some trades to be able to like make sure that the turn clock for my opponent is less, right? And our Blurple player, oh yeah, definitely doesn't want to play Demona to give our opponent more cards. See the Hades come down, which is off frame, but the Hades cape comes down to put that into the Inkwell. She quests up to 8, and now she's sitting with 2, 4, 6 on board. So she got a 2-turn talk. Okay, does draw into a Doc, and then we see I think Billowy and Daisy Duck. I'm sorry, it's an Aurora. I get those cards mixed up as well. I'll get there one of these days. Into a Daisy. So now he's sitting with 4 on board, which you get him to 17. So yeah, I mean him, closing like trying to stop the turn timer from the Blurple player is good, but she is now 2, 4, 5, 6. So she's 2 turns away, and another Hades comes down on the Daisy Duck. So she's going to quest for 6 now to go to 14, which obviously puts her at lethal next turn. We'll see with our Amber Still player. I don't think there's not much that he can do here. Ladies, going to be a little bit too late. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit too late here for that. I mean, two questions earlier would have been much better, but of course the Blurple player is just able to just continue to target with Hades or Elsa's or the Elephant bounce damage or the Bell bounce damage. And we see the handshake there, so our Blurple player was able to take that down. And of course, like these Swiss rounds being best of ones, like that just means that our Blurple player is able to take that in round two there and just win game. So obviously, really well played there by the Blurple player. Just being able to leverage all those anti-aggro tools that was in her arsenal with the Elephant, with the Bell, with the Hades once you get to that point in the game. So really well played there by her. So yeah, that is round two of DLC Hong Kong. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you haven't left a like on the video or subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It helps out the channel and the videos so much. I appreciate y'all that continue to tune in, and we'll see you in the next one.